Hey everybody, it's Stacy here with Pitch Deck Fire, and I'm so glad you guys have joined us for another one of our pitch hacks of the week this week. If you guys haven't been with us before, we cover tips and tricks on pitching, pitch decks, sales decks, investor decks, and live presentations. So that means if you're a startup looking for funding or an established company looking for new customers, maybe you're even in an accelerator or an incubator program within your corporation, all of you guys can find value in our pitch hacks here. So let's hop right into it. What's this week's pitch hack of the week? This week we have... All right. Oh, this one is a knowledge bomb this week. We have make sure you back up your presentation every single time you pitch. So there's a couple things you really want to keep in mind every time you go and present. It's a very nerve-wracking time. You've put together a presentation, you've practiced it thoroughly, you show up, maybe you have your computer with you, maybe you're going to be doing it on their computer. Make sure you have a backup of your presentation on various devices. You want to have it online, okay? So have it on some sort of Dropbox or Google Drive or some sort of online sharing, site that you can access on anybody else's computer. So you want to have it online. We want to make sure we have it in a physical document as well on our computer. So if we're using our own computer to present, we want to make sure we have that file on our actual computer. And we want to make sure we also have that document on a thumb drive, on an actual drive. Now, one thing to keep in mind, very, very, very important to keep in mind when you're using all three of these as backups for your presentation, is that if you're presenting with a tool like PowerPoint or Keynote or one of the other slide design tools, and you have some animation involved and you're using special fonts, that we want to make sure we also save a backup of those fonts. Very, very important. So let's imagine the worst case scenario. We show up with our computer, we're ready to present. Everything's working great. We start plugging things in and oh my goodness, the computer just dies completely. Dead. Nothing's working. It won't turn back on. We're screwed. If the only place that we had the presentation on was the computer, we'd be completely screwed right now. If we have it on an online portal, then maybe we can borrow someone's computer there or use some other type of device to connect with that presentation. If we have it on a thumb drive, then even if the place we're at has no internet whatsoever, then we're still not screwed. We've got it in a thumb drive. So most people have a thumb drive or a USB port, so you can plug that into their USB on their computer that you're borrowing, and we can upload it and present it on the screen. So those are some good backups. Keep in mind, if you have that special font, which sometimes you will, you want to make sure you have that font file as well, also on the thumb drive and also online. Because if you upload a document or a presentation, a PowerPoint presentation to somebody else's computer that doesn't have the same fonts, it's going to mess it up. The fonts are going to get all wonky and weird. It's not true for PDFs. So if you're sending a send-ahead document to somebody, it's not going to have that same problem. But if you're using an actual PowerPoint to present, you have animation or something where you're clicking through the slides, you're using PowerPoint, then you're going to want to make sure you have those font files as well. Super, super important to have this backup. I want you to feel really confident and prepared and comfortable and safe the next time you go for a presentation. It's not ever going to get messed up to a point where you don't have your presentation. It's not ever going to get to a point where you can't convey that information. If you don't have a backup, at the very least, I need you to be able to present without your slides, which is really hard to do for some people. So you need to make sure you know how to present without your slides if you ever want to go without a backup. Maybe even if you have a backup to your backup, right? We don't want to mess up. We have very limited attention span of the people we're presenting in front of and very limited opportunity usually to present in front of them. So it's very important to make sure you have backups and you're able to always succeed no matter what happens. Anything gets thrown at you technically, any problems, whatever it is, I want you to still feel good and solid and be able to present. So I hope that that is information to you guys that you take to heart next time you pitch. Knowledge bomb of the week this week is make sure you back up your presentation every time you go and present. Every time in many ways, right? Back it up online, back it up on a thumb drive, and make sure you have the font files as well every time. So that's our pitch hack of the week this week. If you have any thoughts on backing up your files or other ways to back up your files, maybe even a horror story of a time you lost your files, so sorry if that happened, but we'd love to hear about it in the comments below. If you have any new ideas for pitch hacks, we have a link as well below. Let me know. I'd love to present your pitch hacks next week. Thank you guys so much again for joining us this week. I hope to see you guys here again soon. We put out new pitch hacks every single week, so give us a little thumbs up and a like us and subscribe, and you'll see our upcoming pitch hack. Again, I'm Stacy with Pitch Deck Fire. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you guys here again soon. Happy pitching!